Whether you witness it by milk carton or by flyer, you know that thousands of people go missing. To put it into numbers, it's estimated that 600,000 people disappear every year in the United States, approximately 180,000 missing in the United Kingdom, and sadly many more throughout the world. The semi-good news is that anywhere between 89 to 92% of those are recovered, whether they have passed over or found alive. The bad news is that about 10% are never found or seen again. It's as if they disappeared off the face of the earth. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be examining 3 of those notorious and quite sinister cases. David Barclay Miller's disappearance. Around May 19, 1998, David Barclay Miller, a 22-year-old hiker, was last seen departing on a 2.5-day hike in Sedona, Arizona. At the time of his disappearance, Mr. Miller was an excellent hiker and a regular staff member with the US Forestry Service. On May 19th, colleagues noticed him somewhere at Beaver Creek Ranger Station, where he said that he intended to go for a hike in the Red Rock Secret Mountain Wilderness area. Miller did not come back from his expedition, and he has never been seen since. At the Volti Arch Trail in Sedona, Arizona, David's car was discovered abandoned. Before his disappearance, he was 5'11" and weighed 160 pounds, dressed in what seemed like a t-shirt, shorts, and black hiking boots, and carried a forest green Gregory bag. He wore spectacles or contact lenses and had sandy blonde hair with blue or grey eyes. Many search teams were dispatched to the Red Rock Secret Mountain Wilderness area in the hopes of finding him. Friends and families have organised a series of search parties. Several sums of money were offered to anyone who could provide concrete information on his whereabouts, but none of them were successful. After several months, the search for David was called off. It has now been 12 years, and there's been no trace of him. The disappearance of Angela Freeman. "Mama, I love you. I'll see you Friday." Those were the last words that Deborah Freeman ever heard from her daughter. Soon after, the 17-year-old named Angela Freeman told her mother that she was going to spend Thursday night with her friend. However, 2 days later, the 1984 Honda Accord car that she had just handed her mother a cash payment for was found abandoned near a bridge in Missouri. Angela was nowhere to be found. To make matters even worse, she was 4 months pregnant at the time. In the beginning, authorities simply shrugged it off as a missing persons case. Even though mobile phones did not exist back then, missing teenagers were bound to show up within a day or two. Yet, that was not the case for Angela. Instead of finding her daughter safe and sound, Deborah found blood on the car instead. In fear, they instantly notified the police. It turns out that what was dismissed as merely transmission fluid. After this, blood was confirmed to be found next to her car. After numerous diver and cadaver dog searches around the area, all that was discovered were her shoes found in 2 separate areas. Suddenly, this case transformed from a disappearance to a homicide. No one could sit around and wait for her to show any longer. The detectives revealed that Angela was last seen outside of an old Pizza Hut at around 1 a.m. on a Friday. Her whereabouts after she'd left couldn't be traced. They suspected that a man who was seen washing his car and hunting near the bridge area was involved, but they did not have enough evidence to confirm anything. No matter how desperate everyone was to find Angela, it seemed that all hope was lost. It has been decades since she said goodbye to her mother on that fateful day of September 8, 1993. Even though Angela herself was so excited to be a mother, she would never be able to realize that dream. However, people like Police Captain Rusty Keys have still not given up. In due time, Angela Freeman's disappearance might no longer stay a mystery. The unexplained disappearance of Larry Jeffrey. On May 28, 1966, a young 6-year-old boy named Larry Jeffrey vanished from the Humboldt-Tyabe National Forest in Nevada. He was wandering with his brothers near the peak of Mount Charleston, just a quick drive from Las Vegas at a 12,000-foot elevation. He happened to wander off from his family and was never found. Investigators say that there were no predators or cars around to take him, so he essentially just walked off, never to be seen again. After his family reported him missing to the authorities, they organised a full search and rescue with nearly 1,000 volunteers. Even the National Guard assembled to assist in the search for the boy. They spent 16 days looking for him, managing to catch his trail a few times, but ultimately came up empty-handed. They discovered that he had eaten insects and berries along his walk, but could never actually find him. Searchers were surprised that they even found signs of his existence and foraging, since he was wearing light clothing when he went missing. They had believed he would not survive through the cold night wearing such little protection from the elements, but he managed to last for a few days before his trail went cold. Larry was partially deaf too, which could have played some role in his disappearance. Perhaps he wandered off from his two stepbrothers and could not hear them calling for him in the woods. He was never found, despite hundreds of volunteers searching up and down the mountain for weeks. But what do you make of these mysteries and disappearances? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.